Let's do it. Come on, man. It's 7 o'clock on a Monday, 7 p.m. PST. I done told y'all already. You know what time it is. It's the Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. Woo! Oh, we starting. And we doing it in the big way. Shout out to everybody who always tuning in with us now on YouTube, wherever. Guys, I post these on YouTube as well. Some clips I try to put on, here as well on Instagram or wherever else, guys. Either you're catching it live or you're catching it maybe on, YouTube. Sometimes I don't get a chance to put it up there. Hey, so if you don't catch it live, hey, you might miss things. I don't know. But yeah, today I didn't want to do the whole hour. I like what I did to recap last week. Just 45 minutes. You don't have to do it all like that. Whether I'm coming for 5 minutes or 8 hours, all the information is going to be powerful. All the information is going to be good. I got, for the last week of the relationships edition for the Safe Space Saylee Show, I got some 2 powerful questions that I'm going to save for the end. But I got some things that need to be discussed. That need to be discussed. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is doing great. These are some bombshell questions. But starting off, I want to let individuals know, like, I'm back in LA now, from the South. And right when I come in on this day, I hear some noise in the plumbing. It bored a hole through the bottom of my sink. Some bathrooms flooded. I'm like, oh man, but I was able to catch, some of it. The most, it wasn't as bad as it could be, so I'm glad that I was present. So just think about it. First day back, you got the flooding, your pipe burst, somebody bore a hole, the plumbers bore a hole in it. They was trying to help the lady because hers was clogged. And it ended up coming to mine. I don't know, you never know what happens, guys. You never know what happens. I'm talking about in this life. You never know. So I just want to let individuals know you will have difficulties come if you're going to be on this earth. They going to come. If you want to curse or you whatever, speak on that, whatever, do it. Whatever that's going to help you out. Get through the situation. Don't stay mad. I'll say that. Don't stay mad. It's like a situation. I'm in a position now, if I lost everything that I've ever gotten, I'm talking about material, I'll be probably upset for a little bit. But it wouldn't be anything that, brings me to a point to where it's like, oh man, life is over. No. None of that. Maybe in the beginning stage I may feel like that. Who knows? Maybe not. But it's what's more important is how I deal with the challenge and difficulty versus the actual difficulty or challenge. Guys, the hair's still looking. Shout out to my cousin always getting me right. I don't even know what I want to do next. Who knows? Another lesson I'm gonna be in. And after this time next week I'll be in Africa. So who knows what style I may get? Ain't no telling. Being in the motherland. Hey man, I got MS, and you think that can't stop nothing, man. And I ain't even sorry. It ain't stopping nothing. I'll be in the motherland. The first Safe Space Saylee Show in the motherland. Man, that's just something that is groundbreaking. This is something for the ancestors to bring, to become. They're already ready because they already know it. And it's more powerful for me because I know that I always wanted to be that emotional bridge, that self-love bridge for individuals. Now imagine being that bridge to at least come and check out the motherland. See what's up with it. Whether you like it or not. However, you got this whole earth to explore. Some people will never explore, 5% of it. Let's not even go to a quarter. Like, no. I'm talking about 5%. I'm talking about the whole earth. So the first bullet point I want to say that difficulties are meant to show you who you really are. If you're willing to really fight for what you want. Especially if we talking about in a relationship. Everybody, if there's no person that I know on this earth in their relationship, marriage, or whatever friendship, they don't have any difficulties. Maybe so. Can it not? Am I saying it's impossible for it to happen? No, heck no. But you in a situation where you're dealing with another world. I was mentioning this in the last in the recap. You're dealing with another world. You're not gonna agree with certain things. So some people may take it a little bit far, scream, yell, or however whatever shit they're doing, and you don't want to get to a solution. The most important thing is get to a solution. Now, guys, I talk all this. You can see all the Safe Space Saylee Show, the Safe with Saylee. But, you listen to it. Now, if you can get something from it, get something from it. But, of course, there's another aspect. There's another side. To get the proper training. On this. Some people, they can just listen and be like, I'm silly. I heard you talk. You broke down a few things. And I got a base off of that. That's good. A lot of free information. A lot of good information. $1 million worth more than that. You just type in Mr. Saylee, Safe Space Saylee Show, or just go to mr.saylee on Instagram, all that. Man, you get a lot of good stuff on YouTube. I'm talking about one show enough. Ooh, the TV alone is enough. You don't need that thing. So only one episode or one show is enough. I know some people they be wondering, oh, this positive stuff. How much of it do I really need? You watch it so much you don't even listen to it. I was talking to my friend. I was talking to my friend. You don't need to on that part. Sometimes we have to, sometimes we gotta detox. Put away watching all this, these other things that are distractions for us. Do we even know how we're thinking? Do we know what we want, or is it the TV show we're watching? How can you figure out who you are if you're not listening to yourself? You're always watching TV, you're always in the phone, you're always distracted. So, even with me traveling with MS, I traveled with my the scooter. Man, shout out to Delta. Man, one of the best airlines on the planet. Shout out to Delta. They treated me like royalty, man. I'm like, dang. And if you got a disability, you feel you don't want to travel? Hey, man. Don't let that stuff keep you in the house. Get out. Get out and shine. Show the people who you are if you really are great. Now, if you become disabled mentally, physically, and emotionally, and you still don't want to shine or show who you are, you feel you've totally changed, you don't feel no one will accept you, but this is why I'm on the self-love. Accept you first. And go anywhere. Australia, anywhere out. However, I'm looking at people in their eyes like, okay, yeah, you see me in the scooter, but yeah, hey man, I may be. Yeah, I'm not saying I make it look cool, but I do. Like, who is this guy? You think I'm gonna let me after the cane or whatever, 2 canes or whatever it is, stop anything I'm doing? It's just like with relationships. It don't matter. I remember speaking with my doctor before. It don't matter. Everyone have troubles with relationships. She's trying to understand the answer, the solution to certain things, certain components, certain aspects of a relationship. So it doesn't matter if you was married 80 years. I don't care if you was, or you were single. You may have a piece of the puzzle for someone else, or you first for yourself. Be in a relationship with yourself first. That's one of the most important things you can have. You know how they say the relationship with God or do all. Yeah, have that. Have that. And make sure it shows you, brings you to a position where you're like, all right, I love exactly what I'm doing. I love exactly who I am because I know actually how to love myself. It's very important to me. See, that's the thing too. I'm glad that I even just said that. Some of these things people, and it's not important for people. That's why I get out of people's life. I tell somebody 1 to 2 times, 3 times, whatever. Then I feel like, oh, self-love ain't important. Oh, your family ain't important to you. Oh, your health ain't important. Okay. All right. I gave it the effort. That's why I'm going to have 0 regrets. No one can say I never put in the effort. At least put in the effort. But if you're not willing to meet me or on that part, man, you got it then. You got it. I want to talk about next. What we're talking about. 1 second, guys. I said spiritual clarity with certain practices. That is key because if you want to understand yourself, you will need that clarity. Like I was saying, that detox. That's will be the next segment. But just understanding really who you are. No distractions. Can you be at a position where you understand, who you are, what you can do, how you can do it, and what does it actually even mean to you to do it? I'm not saying maybe you need a guru. Maybe you need a priest, a pastor, I don't know. But find out, ask questions. You may not have to spend any money. People are, oh man, spending money. You might not have to spend any money, to do all that different stuff. But the thing about it is, you got to find your own clarity. That's why I say in the Safe Space Saylee Show, freedom, warmth, and clarity. The freedom to be exactly who you are, the warmth of non-judgment, and the clarity. No, see, it's the freedom to be you. Sorry, mix that up. The freedom to be you, the warmth of non-judgment, and the clarity to know exactly what you want. The freedom, warmth, and clarity. That's right there. It's in the show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. That right there changes your whole life. To where you may never need another, Instagram post, Facebook, or TikTok. You don't need none of this. It'll be over with. You can go and live off your own life. Sometimes I think about those individuals that were in grade school. I don't see them anymore. They just went off the map or whatever. I don't know if they, passed away. Just because you're not on social media, that doesn't mean you don't exist. Create your own world. I was telling my cousin, create your own world, man. Stop worrying about the other folks. Create your own world. That's the most important thing that you can do really right now. Because you worrying about somebody else's world, you're not building yours up. Very important. Shout out to everybody coming in. You're not building up your own world. So that means it can be torn down by a post you done seen somewhere on YouTube.
It's 7:15.
I'm not going to let a YouTube post make me change my whole philosophy. Now, I may add it in if it's something that I like. I may add it in. Like, oh yeah, man, this stuff may work. It may work for me. So let me try that out. Let me test some things out. I was just talking with my friend as well, too. We were talking about relationships. I was saying, this guy may be wrong. Some guys will they like, man, I'm not wrong. No, man, you may be wrong in the situation. You may have to give that lady a week, or the lady give that man a week of of appreciation because you done wrong. You want to be right, but you're actually wrong. You're not having no accountability about it. Can't even say, dang, babe, I'm wrong. Let me try to find out how I can make this up to you. Not just talking about going out, taking out to eat, all that stuff. You can do that, but I'm just saying. This is about finding out more about your partner as well, to finding out more about yourself. That's what that spiritual clarity can bring. I know not everyone likes nature, and that's cool. But be able to find out what is good for you so that you can use it to improve your life. I've seen people. I know exactly what's going on with you. I know what's going wrong, I know what's going right. And this ain't no school taught me. And I'm glad that my friend said it. Shout out to you, Nita. You know I love you, but because my life experiences have showed me all or most of the situation, whether even I've seen it or I've experienced it. Because my clients, my youngest one 18, oldest 85. I mean, so it doesn't matter at what age, you still may need just some information. Now, I know an older guy may be hearing certain things from me, may be like, man, what does this guy know? Okay. I'm wise enough to know that I can get some brilliant information from someone that's 5. I can do that. Depending on what it is. But I'm willing to listen. I know some people like to say, oh man, he's a know-it-all, I know. But I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm a listen it all. You can say that. I'll listen. Even if somebody sounding foolish, I'll listen to it. Just like I was saying in the last show, like, hey, I give her, 20, give you some time, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72, 1 to 3 days, just to see what's going on with you on that part. It may not be something that I spend all time with. It may not be something that I spend all the time with, but I at least get a gauge of who you are, what message you're trying to relay. Some people, they're very wise, but they don't know how to communicate it. And that's the thing in relationship. That's what that spiritual clarity that I'm talking about now, it brings that. Dang, babe, maybe I'm communicating this wrong to you. This is what I really mean, or sit down and talk. Okay, I really want you to understand that. I may not say it in the correct way, but let me put it in simple terms. I really want you to understand that I love you. And I want you to feel loved by me. But see that, then you gotta ask some more questions. This ain't no guessing. Now, if you got a girl or dude and when he wants you to figure things out, hey, you may not be able to figure all things out. Get me to a point to where it's like, all right, help me out. Help me learn you as you're learning you. But everybody, they be talking about like they have the answer. But I'm looking at your life, it ain't there. It ain't there. So everything you're doing is sounding good, but it ain't looking good. I'm not for that. So number the next dash, and then we're gonna get into the 2 powerful. Shout out to Miss Silent to give me these questions, guys. With some of these questions, I do have ChatGPT come in. She knows how I am. If I said I want something real deep that's going, some earth-shattering type stuff, she gonna bring it. So now this 3rd dash, detox from nonsense. This is a response from the spiritual clarity. You gotta look and see if you can detox from nonsense. Right now, you on TikTok too much. You on IG. You on your phone too much. You on Netflix or whatever. Put that stuff away. I was, man, just being away from my house for a week. It feels strange being back. It feels strange. And now I'm about to go to Africa for a couple months. I just imagine we're coming back. It felt like a different world. It may feel like a different world. Like, wow. I'm really in this situation. I'm really in a mode to where this feels like a whole brand new place. You know, but it's kind of detoxing from your own environment as well too. Sometimes you need to get away from your friends. I ain't saying they're not good from you, but just to get a little distance. A little distance. That's why, with me going to the motherland, that's what it's all about. I don't want to. I probably, my first show back there, I probably speak more about what I want to do there and my purpose is there. Break it down. But we're on this last week of relationships and why it's so important. Because if you're able to detox from nonsense, you can see a partner clearly or even yourself clearly for what you may want. Maybe you just want to graduate college. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you just want to work a 9 to 5. I don't know. Maybe you want to move to a new city and state. Maybe you want to challenge who you've been your whole life. Maybe there's certain things you want to do. Maybe get a pen, write that down. What do I actually want to accomplish? Maybe even just one thing. You don't have to get this long list out. No, just one thing. And do that one at a time. And handle that. It was real spiritual. I had the guys who came to fix the plumbing. His name was David and then John. Those are biblical names, guys. I look at everything in my life is spiritual, guys. So when I'm talking about the spiritual clarity before, everything is spiritual. I'm seeing it. You get certain messages. You got to see the message in everything that's going on in your life. Everything your partner or that you're doing, it means something. That's why when I'm looking at people that moving, like, dang. Even if you give in silence, but it means something, man. And I'm excited because this is something some individuals would never do with their life. They'll never experience a good relationship. And it's sad because you don't have a good one with yourself. So that's, it becomes, very sad. It's like, dang, are certain people supposed to live sad lives? And I go to think, I'm like, maybe so. Because if somebody really wanted change, they would seek the change. It's not even about putting your money where it's at. You invest your time to where you want to be. Like, guys, I'm so locked into personal development. I'm locked in. You look at the pictures on my phone, that's all it's about. So I can stop screenshotting and taking pictures right now. For the rest of this life, I have material. I just have this because that's how I set up my life. I set up my life to win. Even if some things may look like it's losing. Oh, man, you plumbing busted, man. You slipped in the water. You got all the water on you and all that. Your bathroom flood. I may be upset for a little bit. But the way that I've set my life up, being positive or loving or happy about my situation is more important than getting upset, even if I'm kicked out on the street, even if my all my clothes get wet or it's flooded or whatever it is. That's all that stuff is temporary. I ain't worrying about that. I'm not worried about that. So don't let a temporary situation cause you an issue that you'll regret later on down the line. Whether it's in a relationship, friendship, or whatever, don't allow that to happen. It happens all the time. You let a temporary moment, somebody made a mistake, and man, you hold the grudge on them for years or whatever it may be. Nah, I mean you don't do that. That's what I'm going back to. I see this spiritual clarity and the detox from nonsense. They're intertwined. They're intertwined together. Because if you don't detox from nonsense, you're gonna keep getting the same thing you get. And nobody can keep complaining to me with the same stuff. I used to have some friends who complain with me with the same stuff, but you're not taking no advice. Or you're not using the wisdom. Then I feel you want to be miserable then. Okay. That's what you want. You don't want the answers. You don't. You really don't want them. Are you afraid to ask somebody who has it? Oh, I don't want to keep going to him for... Go to somebody who has it. Especially if that door's open. They ain't close the door. They say, hey man, don't hit me up about this situation again. If they say, no man, you know. If they never been rude to you, like... Never said, man, you're taking too much of my time, of my space, my energy, or whatever. Because I love my relationships that I am with people. It's like, you know what you get with me. If I'm busy, then I'm busy. If I'm at work, then I'm at work. But friends, no. I do my best to help them out. But you gotta do it. You gotta end up doing the work. You have to make sure that you're doing the work. That's so important. That's why on the last week of the relationship edition, that's the key point. You gotta do the work. If you don't do the work, you're gonna be on TikTok looking for somebody else, or maybe YouTube. Maybe go down the YouTube rabbit hole. I don't know. Be on there for 100 hours. Do that. You just scrolling videos about women, men, or whatever, bashing. Hey, I was telling, you know what? I think I made it on another live. I was like, hey man, come in another life. You're not that serious. You're not that serious about it. So spiritual clarity, certain practices, detox from nonsense. Nonsense is toxic waste. Imagine being around just like toxic waste the whole time. That's why I be so fast to get away from people. Like, nah. I'm not really gonna deal with your drama and your issues. My life is pure, it's clear. I see where I wanna go. I know what I want. I'm loving the unknown. And that's good for me on that part. Hold on, guys. I know what I want. I'm loving the unknown. And that's good for me on that part. Hold on, guys. 1 second. People want to then hit you up with different stuff like, oh, man. Do not disturb when I'm on the Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Guys, these last two questions, they're going to be very powerful stuff. I know at least the first one. Let me see at least the first one. And then we're going to get up out of here, guys. We're going to get up out of here. We ain't doing no hour. 45 minutes now. If individuals want to get, the blessings or the wisdom, they can get it. It'll be on YouTube a little bit later. Oh, hold on.
It's 7:30.
It's 7:30, 15 minutes. Okay, so look. Question 1, this one is very powerful. Okay. What part of yourself are you still expecting someone else to love first? Because you haven't fully faced it yet. Somebody want them to love them, but you haven't even done the work yet. You haven't even done the work. You haven't even loved that part of you. You want somebody else to love it though? That's another situation. That is another type of situation. We can toss in accountability there too. Because you're looking at a situation, if you want to grow, you're supposed to lead by example. I was telling my cousins this too. It's leading by example. Don't just put up with anything. Don't just put up with anyone. Don't just take nonsense, as we were talking about before, from anyone. Because people will try you. Oh man, let me get this or let me do this. No man, you can't just come into my life and do whatever you think you please. No. Save that for somebody else. Let them do it or whatever. What they say, the boundaries? Everybody want to talk about boundaries. I ain't seen you creating no boundaries. You ain't creating none. You talking about it, but you ain't creating no boundaries. Let me read that again because that was powerful. Let me read that again. So look, so it says, what part of yourself are you still expecting someone else to love first? Because you haven't fully faced it yet. That one question could have been on the whole show. But that's a bonus one from Miss Silence of just bringing in. That's a bonus one. Because guys, you know there's certain things that you have you ain't faced yet. You ain't want to deal with it. I'm not going to call it childhood trauma. But you got some things that you ain't dealt with and you afraid. It's alright to be afraid, but know that, hey, I can't advance to a certain level because I haven't dealt with my own issues. Now, a great therapist or a counselor, whoever, a coach, whoever, they may help you out. They may make it worse. I can't just say, oh yeah, go see a therapist. No, I can't just say, go see a counselor, go see a coach, go see a psychotherapist. No, I can't just say that. You may have to go through several different people. Sometimes maybe somebody in your family may be able to help you. Sometimes just seeing that perspective. Oh, there's another way to look at it? Dang, all the things that I want in my life, I can't get them unless I deal with that? Oh. I'll be in this conveyor belt lifestyle, this hamster wheel lifestyle for the rest of my life? I'm already, what 20, 30, 40, 50? No one knows how much time they have. But once you know, like within you, dang, I've dealt with myself. You got that inner peace. I mean, it's like winning the lottery. I done got that inner peace. I don't won the lottery on that part. Yeah, guys. So please make sure that you are dealing with your own situation. The part of yourself that you expect others to just accept that you are, but you ain't even accepting. You haven't even communicated that aspect of you to the individual so y'all can sit down and talk about it. Nah, these are real things. I'm talking about, it's not about your bank balance. I know people that's going through this, whether it's high school or you're mature, you're elder, whatever. Like I said, from 18 to 85, man, you in between there. You there. Man, let me get to this next question and we can get up out of here. We only got about 10 more minutes. I appreciate everyone always checking into the Safe Space Saylee Show. For as long as that's running, you at least have something to always go to. You can go to YouTube or whatever. So even whatever else happens, if it never shows up again, you always have something to go to. You always have something, some kind of wisdom. I just want to hear Mr. Saylee speak. You have that. You have that. Now for number 2, and the last one. If you love, okay, let me read that again. If your love had a frequency, would it be a healing force or a hidden burden for the person you want to receive it? Ooh, Miss Silence, oh, I love you. She knows it too. That one is powerful. If your love had a frequency, would it be a healing force or a hidden burden for the person you want to receive it? This is the life you in. You are a burden to everybody around you. Let's be real with the situation. You ain't healing whatsoever. You ain't even healing. People don't even like you to be around. Like, dang, man, you just a burden. Anytime you're around, you just a burden. You're not even adding nothing to it. You can't bring no healing energy. It's always some drama. I remember from Friday when Craig Dad said, rest in peace to Mr. Witherspoon. He was talking about Smokey. He said, man, you always got some shit going, man. Man, you always got something going, man. Like, bro, you always got something going. It can't never be nothing peace positive. So imagine being in a relationship with someone else. Imagine just with yourself. Like, dang, I ain't got no peace or no calm in my household. In my own mind. Forget the household. What about your mind? That's a beautiful question to finalize with. 9 minutes left. Whew. If your love had a frequency, would it be a healing force or a hidden burden for the person you want to receive? See, for me, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I know I'm a healing force. I don't even have to think twice. I'm talking about since elementary, being a healing force. Nobody not about to. It's love. Like, you're not about to play around nobody that's around me. You're not about to talk crazy to no one. It's almost like they're in a safe space. That's why the Safe Space Saylee. You in a safe space. You can be exactly who you are. And nobody not gonna mess with not around me. And no, it's not happening. And people may say, oh, Mr. Saylee, you ain't like that. Mr. Saylee, no. Okay. It's a certain frequency that people carry. They know just like, man, you know what? I'm not going to mess with that person. You could say angels around them. You could say all that. You know where you were around. I'm not talking about high school. I'm talking about this now life. At your job. Do people just bring you up anything? Oh, what was I was just talking. Yeah, my friend Nita, I was just talking about, like, I said the 2-letter word that's one of the most powerful words on the planet. She's like, what's the word? What's the word? I said no, and then I'm talking about some other stuff now. She's like, what's the word? What's the word? The word is no. N-O. Hey, if that word gets people out of my life, all right, peace. Deuces. You know, you just being in my vicinity, you've gotten all the love. You've gotten it. You've gotten it just being in the midst. But if you feel a no gonna run you, all right then. Peace out then. That's why I will have no, I already told folks that I will have no regrets. The door is always open on my part. Or it's always unlocked. Somebody been be knocking at your door. Meanwhile, it's open the whole time. They still knocking like, dang, I can't even just walk in Mr. Saylee house. The whole time it's unlocked. All you gotta do is, I ain't tripping on you just walking in. Just walk in. You good? Just walk in, see what's up. Now you don't know what you're gonna get, but just walk in and see. You know if you was good. I just told my homegirl, I'm like, I remember when we weren't talking. You know, she was upset at me. I think I said something. Got real spiritual. This is why sometimes people don't talk about religious or spiritual stuff. I mean, it's all right. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. But it was real. I understand it. Like, dang, okay. Because sometimes you may talk about certain things and it may rub somebody the wrong way. Maybe they're not ready for that level of conversation. You attacking stuff that they believe in. Not necessarily, it looks like to them like it's an attack. So it's like, you know what? I don't want this person in my life right now. I already got a lot going on. You're talking about my spiritual religious beliefs, you know, and I don't feel comfortable, you know, and that's fair. I understand that if anyone doesn't, if they feel like, hold on, Mr. Saylee, you're too, your topics they're too direct. You're talking about things I don't even talk with my mom or with my cousin or whoever. Okay. All right. I want you to come back whenever you feel you feel like I'm welcomed in your presence again. It can be 30 years. Hey, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, 5 months, 4 months, 9 months, 9 years, wherever you feel good. I'm always gonna be good. But are you good? You got to make sure that you good. You know, this relationship part, it was good. It was good. I love that. I want to, like I said, I posted on Facebook. I'm gonna bring in some more things. I want to be able to have some more guests. You know, in the relationships, because people be saying they want to talk about relationship, but they don't want to get on the spot on live. They don't want to get on the spot. Talking all that relationship talk, you ain't serious about it. Because I got the questions for you.
You'll need to unlock your computer
Look
first.
at Siri talking about, no, I said serious, not Siri. You all good. Thank you. You're more than good. You know I love you too. You're more than good. I'm not unlocking nothing right now. Yeah, so guys, we got about, 3 minutes? I just want to say that I appreciate everyone that has ever seen anything that I've done. Anything. I'm talking about, you could know me from way back. Just if you supported sometime, whatever it is, you shared it or you liked, I appreciate you. I really do. You know, and when I get to the motherland, it'll be like you in the motherland. You're like, dang, he's in Africa, he did it. And that's how it's going to feel. I did it. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. The Safe Space Saylee Show. Freedom, warmth, and clarity. I could just imagine children singing that. I was thinking I was going to have a lady do it, that intro and outro. But I may have children do it. That may be even more powerful. Imagine, a lady singing it, then a group of children singing it. Man, that may give me chills. I may do something like that. Who knows? It may come. I'll record it and set it up. Maybe just play it or something like that. Put on the audio and then we'll go like that, guys. I appreciate everyone. Let me read these. We got 1 more minute left. Let me read these last 2 questions because I know these things are very, very powerful. So I don't want anyone to miss those. I mean, the question that I asked in the beginning, those are powerful too. But it says, what part of yourself are you still expecting someone else to love first because you haven't fully faced it yet? And if your love had a frequency, would it be a healing force or a hidden burden for the person you want to receive it? Man, I love that one. I really love that one. Because this is a true test of who you are. Some people ain't on here to love. Some people on here to be a burden. Go and be that burden somewhere else. Because I know around me I'm creating lovers.
It's 7:45.
Confirmation right there. Guys, take care. I really do love you all. I will see you from the motherland the next time on the Safe Space Saylee Show. Even Safe Space Saylee. Who knows? I'm going to be in the motherland. Get your passport. Yeah.